What's good, Commanders fans? Mandatory minicamp day 2. Let's recap. Let's talk about some clips here. The most important clip that we're going to show is, of course, Quan Martin with the behind the back catch. Just incredible Houdini type stuff there. And, you know, Joey Jr. talks about ball is life. He wants guys that can create turnovers and catch the football. And Quan Martin certainly is listening and hearing that and taking it to heart and taking it on the field. And I love that with a passion. He likes nice things, like former coach Chris Harris said. But to Joey Jr.'s point where ball is life, I love that too. You're talking ball is life. It takes me back to the ball is life days, of course, and who mixtape. But, I mean, ball is life for this team, man. And it's got to be. We got to force turnovers. We cannot drop interceptions. We have to take advantage of any opportunity that we can get. And I love that starting off with Quan Martin. I know it's just mandatory mini camp. We got a couple months to go to the real season gets here. But I love that from Quan Martin. Quan Martin got 2 picks last year. Not a lot of interceptions, but that's darn good for a rookie. I mean, for him to finish the game with the Patriots, that was a game-sealing, clutch, I call game type of interception, just finishing the game, getting the interception off of Mac Jones. And he got an interception on Dak Prescott, if I'm not mistaken. So he made some plays last year. And he had a knack of making plays and taking the football away in college as well at Illinois. So, you know, Quan Martin, he's primed for a breakout season, man. I'm excited to see what he does this year. But that was a Houdini, incredible interception there off of Marcus Mariota. So that was a heck of a play there for him to have the presence of mind to have the behind the back and just catch the football like that. That was incredible from Quan Martin. So I'm excited to see what we get from Jartavius Quan Martin this upcoming season. There are a couple comments from my last video that I wanted to talk about a little bit here. One comment talked about Luke McCaffrey, who did take handoffs today. You know, they're trying him out at running back. Or they're going to... He played running back in college. He played running back at Wisconsin a couple times and took running back snaps at in college as well when he was a junior or senior. So this is not a surprise. Obviously, his brother, Christian McCaffrey, plays running back. So, you know, it runs in the family. But shout out to my guy, Dennis Casely. Hayford, 3245 says, Ed, why do you keep putting Luke in front of De'Ami Brown? Luke hasn't done jack in the NFL yet, but you keep on elevating him in front of De'Ami. I don't get it. The reason is why, because De'Ami hasn't done jack either. And they're not going to release the 3rd round pick. He's going to make the roster, and I think he's going to be above in the depth chart. I think they have a plan for Luke McCaffrey. It looks like they really want to get him involved. They really want to get him the football, and it's easy to put guys above him. Honestly, I would put Mitchell. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be surprised if Rosemary Jack Saint passes De'Ami Brown, Mitchell Tinsley, Olamide Zaccheaus, guys like that. Honestly, Jamison Crowder, like, because De'Ami just hasn't really done much other than the Titans game and the Seahawks game where he caught a touchdown. Other than that, you just haven't really seen much from De'Ami Brown at all, other than being a special teams gunner at times. You just haven't seen it. He slipped before he could get into the end zone against the Dolphins. I mean, there's just a lot of opportunities he's had, and he just hasn't been able to take advantage of them. So I'm a De'Ami fan, but he turns into Julio Jones. He turns into a Pro Bowl, all-pro receiver in practice and minicamp and OTAs, but then it gets to the regular season, we just don't see that production from De'Ami Brown. We thought we were going to get it with him and Sam Howell, and, you know, he had the Sam Howell connection in North Carolina, so we thought he was going to have a breakout season there, and it just hasn't amounted to anything. So I am rooting for De'Ami Brown. I really am. I do think he's a talented player. I think he has something left in the tank here, but it just hasn't been seen yet. So shout out to Dennis. That's my guy. I just wanted to respond to that comment. I haven't been able to respond on YouTube yet. But, you know, De'Ami, his career high in catches is 12 catches in a year. I mean, that's really, really underwhelming and disappointing. I know some of it is the quarterback play, but you can't blame the quarterback all the time. Look what Terry McLaurin has done. Even Jahan Dotson in a slump year has at least been able to give us 30 to 40 catches. Curtis Samuel with you know, inconsistent quarterback plays have been able to give us 30 to 40, 50 catches in a season. So, you know, I mean, De'Ami's got to do something, man. He's got to show up. So I spent a lot of time on that. Let's get to the play-by-play here. Not a lot of play-by-play, really, from the media and the beat reporters. So, I mean, I'll go to Zach Selby. I mean, everybody really just tweeted about the play from De'Ami delivering the play of minicamp. He intercepted the pass with his hands behind his back. Incredible. That's what everybody has really said. The biggest news was that Brandon Coleman was with the ones today. Jayden Daniels was with the ones again. So that's good to see that he's getting reps with the ones, so he can be more familiar with the team when he starts. I believe he's going to start day 1. So just get him as many reps as he can with the starters. Same thing with Brandon Coleman. He is competing against Cornelius Lucas and Trent Scott. at the moment, but it's good to see our third round pick and Brandon Coleman get reps starting so he can get his feet wet and get out there and even be ready day one, going up against Dorrance Armstrong. A lot of people are saying Dorrance Armstrong has done a really good job this off season, so I really want to see what he does this year. And then you look at Zach Selby, his article, he gave a little bit more insight about the play-by-play. He said that Armani Rogers spent the past year recovering from a season-ending injury, but he's fully healthy now and ready to prove that he deserves a roster spot with the new regime. He made an impressive catch at the start of 11-on-11 drills, fighting through some contact to haul in a grab near the middle of the field. So this is what I will say about Armani Rogers. We know Ben Sinnott is going to get a lot of playing time. Zach Ertz is going to get a lot of snaps. John Bates is going to get a lot of snaps because he can block. But after those three guys, it's kind of like who's going to step in and come in and give us a different dynamic because, you know those three guys. But after that, it's like Cole Turner. What's up with him? Is he going to play? Is he even going to make the roster? I don't think they're going to keep any more than 4 tight ends. I think 3 is fine. Like the receivers, I would only keep 6. I don't think you need to keep 7. The tight ends, I think you really only need to keep 3 instead of 4. But if they do decide to keep 4, it's fine with me. I'm not the end-all, be-all decider of it, but that's just my opinion. But Armani Rogers is really between him and Cole Turner. They're not going to keep 5 tight ends. They're just not going to do it. And if Armani Rogers does provide a different dynamic because he's a guy that provides some yak, like – I forgot what game it was. I think it was the Falcons game, but they gave him a reverse play and he scampered up the field for like 20 to 30 yards. We just haven't seen that from a tight end on this roster in a little while. Logan Thomas wasn't able to do that. And John Bates certainly can't do that. He's more of a blocker. So, to have a tight end that can provide some yak, Ben Sinnott can do it, but the more the merrier, and we know how important that tight end position is for a rookie quarterback and Adam Peters had a lot of success with George Kittle, so they want to get some production out of the tight end position for sure this year. And Logan Thomas was actually signed by the 49ers, which is pretty funny to see that. I wish him the best. But that's my take on Armani Rogers. He did have an injury, but, he can be a weapon, man. He really can. If he can stay healthy, he can be – I'm not expecting him to get like 30, 40, 50 catches, but he can probably give you 10 to 15 catches and move the chains, get a first down, and you can run a reverse with him or something like that just to add a different dimension to the a different weapon to the offense for sure. All right. Zach Selby also said for the second day in a row, Daniels was working with the starting offense during 11-on-11 drills. Daniels still has a long way to go before he's named the starting quarterback, but the fact that he's been working with the first group is a good sign of his development. Andre Jones was one of the biggest stories of training camp last offseason because of how he uses athleticism to stand out and keep up with the likes of Lamar Jackson. During joint practices with the Ravens, he wants to have this year he wants to have a bigger impact in year 2, and he's off to a good start this offseason. He had 2 wins against Cornelius Lucas, using his speed to get inside of Lucas's protection and rush the quarterback. So good to see that from Andre Jones. I think he's got some talent to him for sure. He did have a good joint practice against the Ravens. He had a good preseason as well, where he was getting a lot of snaps and making plays. He got a couple snaps during the regular season as well. So let's see what he does. He's going to be behind Dante Fowler. He's going to be behind Cleveland Farrell, but he's going to be in that rotation in that mix. Same thing with KJ Henry. So seeing him beat Cornelius Lucas, who could possibly be our day one starter, it's just competition there, and it's good to hear that from Andre Jones. If Cornelius Lucas is our day one starter, he's getting beat by Andre Jones. I'm not going to say it's concerning, but, it's still early in the process of the season and the offseason and whatnot, but good to hear that from Andre Jones for sure. Let's see if he gets some snaps behind Dante Fowler, Cleveland Farrell, and Dorrance Armstrong and guys like that. All right, let's see here. Michael Wiley stood out today. Per Zach Selby, he's one of those is undrafted rookie Michael Wiley, one of the running backs who had a few solid plays in team drills. He managed to cut through the defense on a draw, and while contact was limited, he showed good vision as he followed his blocks and maneuvered around defenders. Michael Wiley was more like a wide receiver in college. I liked him coming out. I looked at some of his film, some of his tape. I liked him as a receiver. He lined up in the slot and outside at times. So I'm intrigued to see him. I don't think he'll really make the roster. Who knows? But there's some talent there. He's more of a home run hitter. So I like Michael Wiley out of Arizona. I think he's got some talent to him. So he had a good day in minicamp per Zach Selby. Zach Selby also said on Tuesday was Cornelius Lucas spent most of the time as the starting left tackle. On Wednesday, it was third-round pick Brandon Coleman's turn to the position. It was worth noting that the Commanders have tried multiple players at that spot. So Coleman getting the reps does not mean he's guaranteed to win the job outright. Still was a good opportunity for the rookie to see how he stacked up against starting NFL defensive linemen. So good for Brandon Coleman to get those reps against Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler and some of the starting defensive linemen. Quan Martin finally had the play of the day and possibly the entirety of the all-season workout program. Marcus Mariota tried to float a pass over him near the end of practice, but Martin got a hand on the ball and secured the turnover behind his back before finishing the play in the end zone. So I love that. Pick 6 from Quan Martin today. So that's awesome to hear that, man. Just taking it to the house there. So that is awesome. I love that with a passion. Some of the press conference stuff. Jayden Daniels said he arrives at the facility at 5:45 a.m. Watches film, does a little walkthrough in the bubble, and Luke McCaffrey joins him. So, man, he's getting there early and leaving late, man. 5:45 a.m. That's the time that people wake up in the morning. But he's getting there at 5:45 a.m. in the morning, getting there early and getting into the facility. So I love that from our young quarterback, just trying to be a sponge and soak up and be a leader and be a captain of the team. So I love him getting in there early, and not only doing that, but doing that with his wide receiver so they can get in sync and get that chemistry so he can get that chemistry with Luke McCaffrey. So I love everything I'm hearing. And then also JP Finlay said that he asked Jayden Daniels, he said, what did he say? He said, what's it like to be a star quarterback? And then Jayden Daniels responded and said, I ain't a star quarterback, I'm a rookie. So JP Finlay said that was a 12 out of 10 answer there, which is a good answer. I mean, yeah, you don't want to say you're a star already, when you haven't taken a snap or played a game or a preseason snap or anything like that. So, that was a good humble answer by Jayden Daniels. I like that a lot. Somebody did say that he was running out of bounds, and while he was running out of bounds, because fans are there, some kids were yelling for his autograph. They were like, can they get his autograph when he was running out of bounds, running to the sidelines on a play. So he definitely is a fan favorite for sure. And he's getting a lot of buzz for sure. So it's great to see that and great to hear that. Just seeing things about Jayden Daniels. Emmanuel Forbes spent about 15 minutes today returning punts. Jahan Dotson spent about 15 minutes today returning punts as well. So those are some of the guys that were returning punts. If you guys are intrigued by that at all. But let me see if there's any more notes and news that I do see. There's a clip of Luke McCaffrey doing running back drills and just taking handoffs from Coach Anthony Lynn, who's going to be helping out with the offense for sure. Did a great job with the 49ers, did a good job with the Buffalo Bills with their run game, did a good job with the Jets and their run game. Everywhere Anthony Lynn has been, their run game has been really, really good. And just their running plays, their running game, I mean, their numbers and yards per carry goes up every single team that Anthony Lynn goes to. So I'm excited to see what he does with Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler, and even the design runs with Jayden Daniels, because Anthony Lynn did a good job with Tyrod Taylor as well, or Tyrod Taylor, when he was with the Bills too. So let me see if there's anything from Austin Eckler that stood out today. Let me see here, and then I'll probably wrap it up just looking at something that Austin Eckler said. He said Jayden Daniels reminds him of Justin Herbert. He reminds him of Phillip Rivers as well. Of course, he said that because he was with Justin Herbert and Phillip Rivers, two good quarterbacks who have made the playoffs. So that's good company to be in there for sure. Sam Cosby said that Jayden Daniels is special as well. So nothing but positive things, man. Nothing but positive things today for sure. And this is kind of how the offseason goes and how minicamp goes. But a lot of people are saying good things about De'Ami Brown. But like I said, man, I got to see it to believe it, man. We got to see it in the real games. We got to see it. Oh, Frankie Louvu. I almost forgot. Nikki Zavala said that Frankie Louvu was inside the Commanders minicamp practice today because of a very minor ankle injury. Per source, the team is not concerned. This is primarily precautionary. Also, Zach Ertz and Jameson Crowder are at practice but not participating in the workout. So that's something to keep an eye on. Also, I almost forgot, rest in peace, Jerry West, man. Age 86. Such a legend. I mean, the game of basketball would not be where it's at if it was not for Jerry West. Literally the logo. Literally the logo, man. Jerry West has done so many things for the game of basketball. So I got to pay my respects to Jerry West, even though this is a Commanders video, of course. But, I mean, he's just a legend, man. Like I said, I'm a huge basketball fan, played the game of basketball. So you gotta know your history, man. You gotta know your history, man. And he's from West Virginia. I didn't know that. So somewhat local. Second pick of the draft. I played for the Minneapolis Lakers. Number 44, you already know that. Multi-time champion, NBA Finals MVP, 14-time NBA All-Star, NBA All-Star Game MVP. I mean, Jerry West, 2-time NBA Executive of the Year, I mean, Jerry West, he's just a legend. He really is a legend. So I got to pay my respects. I remember he was pissed off when J.J. Redick said that plumbers were playing during his era and whatnot. He was pissed. He was pissed. So that's the last. I remember when he called out Kawhi Leonard and Paul George for being injured all the time, too, because I know he was a Clippers front office member as well. So nothing but my respects paid to Jerry West, the legend, the logo. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Jerry West. So if you guys have any comments, let me know. If I can't get to them, I definitely will read them in the next video for sure. So I will be making a video tomorrow for day 3 because they are doing day 3. I'm happy that they're not canceling it. I think they need to take advantage of as many reps as they can and get the chemistry going this offseason. All right, guys. Hell's Commanders. Peace.